First down, Bridgewater. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to sack him for a loss of 6. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. He's to the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles, 22 yards, and the Eagles have taken the early lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. He spins free. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful not being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 14 yards that time for number 14. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. McKinnon, and very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the all-world left tackle? And Halapoulivaati Vaitai, who they drafted the year before, filled in quite capably. They had answers for everything they needed.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to?
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Ronald Darby. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Going to look deep for Jeffrey. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Bridgewater off the play fake to McKinnon. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks him, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Wentz. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And he'll be brought down at the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Let's go. Way Navy. Way Navy.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Second. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now McKinnon fights off the defender. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The left side caught by Diggs. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's McKinnon. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They run once more with McKinnon. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Play action. It's Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. A dump down to McKinnon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Bridgewater now. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Let's go.
The slot man in motion right. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Screen play, McKinnon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
To the air again with Bridgewater. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Forbath out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys have got it back. The closing stages of the first half. They'll begin the drive with Sproles. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On first down, Wentz. He sets to fire deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So, why does Larry always do that? He just stops talking. But let's go play the third quarter. I'm psyched. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. They run with Ajayi. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll go Wentz to Blount here. Blount rumbling with a first down and more. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year? And 18 touchdowns in the regular season? And no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz going to look deep for Jeffrey. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They run it with McKinnon. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On third down, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they'll try for it here on fourth. Bridgewater and company stay out there. Play clock winding down. Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater going deep for Diggs. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Wentz going to give this one to Blunt. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Throwing now is Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Eagles on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They go play action here on first down. Looking deep for his... This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, 47 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Let's go. Tiger, 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 Tiger.
Second down, Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A big gain of 31 on third down. Bridgewater again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Bridgewater to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case,
he's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Adam Thielen from 19 yards away. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Forbath out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Wentz to throw on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Wentz on third down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They run the counter now on first down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? On the sneak, it's Bridgewater. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go. Move with Yates. Move with Yates.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal with the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Second and goal from the 2-yard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Forbath out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to...
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback here. Right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves moves the chains. And now the Eagles get a signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Diggs going in motion right. Here again is McKinnon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now they try the right side here. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. On the toss, it's McKinnon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive.
Man. These lame pretend